What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you guys are having a great week so far. It is Thursday, coming up on the end of the week, and things are pretty interesting. Bitcoin now trading above $16,000, and we're going to be doing a live market analysis here. I wasn't sure today I was going to make a video go live. I kind of just felt like going live today, so that's what we're going to do. And today we're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, the news, a lot of stuff. Guys, let me know below if the audio is okay. Let me know before we get started here. Hold on. So to make sure that you guys can hear music if you want to hear it. Audio is good, let me know. Guys, definitely hit that like button as we get started here. What's up, guys? Got everybody joining in. Hold on one second. So, guys, let me know in the chat. Click 1 if you think we're going to break out above 16.2. Click 2 if you think we're going to be going down from here. 1 if you're bullish, 2 if you're bearish. Let me know below. So Bitcoin is right now testing right around 16,000 US dollars. And it's pretty interesting, the spot that we're in. So Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart right now. So if you're looking at the 4-hour chart, we have some resistance that came in just below that 16K level, you know, a few days ago. And then we had some more resistance right along 16,000, and we're currently trading above 16,000, and we have this 4-hour that's currently above 16,000. We have what, 24 minutes left on this 4-hour candle, so we'll see it close during this stream. If we can get this one to close above this level, then we may be able to, you know, hold this range and continue up, right? So keep your eye on this level, 16,000. Closing this current 4-hour above 16K is pretty important for the short term. And if we do, we could have the momentum to start pushing up higher, right? Though we are coming up on a pretty big resistance. This resistance is, this entire range really from 16K to 17,178 is a major resistance zone from 2018. And this is the area that we're fighting right now. Now, some people are complaining about the volume, but, you know, Bitcoin can still go up on low volume, but that doesn't mean we're going to keep those areas. That doesn't mean we're going to claim, you know, that means that even if we do go up in the short term, there can always be some kind of rejection, right? So keep that in mind. But if we close this 4-hour above 16K, that's pretty good. That would mean that we may have the momentum to keep moving up. So that's pretty cool. It seems like most people in the chat, I'm looking at chat now, it seems like it's a pretty split between half the chat is bullish, half the chat is bearish at these levels. You know, the way that I'm looking at this, I'm not gonna be like guessing too hard. I'm just gonna let the trend tell me. The trend is my friend until the end of the trend. And looking at the 12-hour chart for Bitcoin, we are in a parabolic trajectory. So we've had an exponential increase in demand for Bitcoin over the last month and a half. And an exponential increase in demand is what creates parabolic trends. And so far, we are still within this trend. And, that means we're bullish, right? We're still within the trend, which means we're bullish. If at any point Bitcoin starts to break below this upward sloping trend, that would signify that the demand has decreased. There's not enough demand to keep the price on a parabolic trend, which means that there is at this, if we break below this upward sloping trend line, that would mean that at this point in time, at these levels, there's not enough demand to keep the price moving up, which means we would have to short-term cool off, right? So keep your eye on this upward sloping trend line, because that's going to play a pretty big role, right? It's just the mind of the market here. CZR1, what's up, man? He says this sucker is going to 17K, then back down to 13. Well, that's totally possible. If we do keep the momentum here in the short term, we break out, we could be headed for 17,178, which is, if you're looking at history, if you go back in time here, there's no price history, there's no market activity until when? All the way back here in 2018. And at that 2018 level, check it out, guys. What do we see? Back here in 2018, the only price history that we have to actually to analyze the chart is this next resistance above us here at 17,178. That's where that target is coming from. And then above that, we have 18,150, right, as another target above that. And then, of course, the all-time high, just below 20,000. So that's where I'm getting this target right now, 17,178. And that could be the next area of interest for the market if we continue up. At some point, though, as 6ZZ was saying in the chat, there's going to be a rejection, right? I mean, if we go back in time and we take a look at 2016 going into 2017, guys, on the last bull market, even though let's just take a look, right? We got to stay realistic here, guys. Even though Bitcoin went from 200 to 20,000 and we saw 8,000% gains or more right from that low, what were we doing in between? What were we doing, guys? We were getting major rejection candles, 40% to the downside, 40% to the downside, 30% to the downside. From here, another 35% to the downside. This one, 42% to the downside. So, we're on this crazy run right now. But we have to expect, you have to at least expect to some degree that could happen again. So even if Bitcoin does break out towards that upside target at 17,178, there's a complete possibility, or even if we go higher than that to 18.1 or something, you have to know that there is going to be some volatility in between, right? You could see some kind of crazy rejection from this area down to 13.8K, and that's nothing new, And that's nothing new. Let's say we hit 18,150 and we pull back to 13,800. That's the same type of a pullback that we saw in 2016, 2017, going on to the upside, right? These crazy patterns. So I'm just saying, for all you guys out there, long term, it's not a big deal. Long term, if we see a crazy rejection after hitting 17.2 or maybe 18.15, if we see some kind of major rejection at that point, it's just a buying opportunity for all you long-term guys out there. But, just be careful if you're trying to make some kind of crazy leverage trade. Just be careful, guys. This is Bitcoin. And right now, the way that the market has played out, everybody's very comfortable. The price just keeps going up. Everyone's very comfortable. And as we keep going up, the higher we get, the more and more people are going to get suckered in. And then at some point, you'll probably see some kind of rejection, right? But in the short term, I do think we have more room to run up, or at least we could. And I'm going to stay bullish. I'm going to stay bullish on Bitcoin short term until we actually get a break below this upward sloping parabolic trend line, right? Then we would say, okay, demand has decreased and there's not enough buyers at this point in time. If we break below the trend line, that would signify that there's more selling interest than buying interest. But for now, we're looking pretty good. I would like to see more volume. Here, though. Who's coming in with the donation? We got Andreas coming in with a 10. He says, hey, Kevin, my question is longer term, do you believe that as BTC expands in market cap in trillions, will price volatility decrease? Thanks for your thoughts. Well, guys, it really depends on the use case. It depends on the use case. So Andreas is asking, as the market cap grows, will the price stabilize? From the way that I understand it, that has more to do with the use case of Bitcoin than it does the market cap. If the use case of Bitcoin remains a very speculative store of value type deal, then no, the volatility could remain generally the same, and the cycles could be just as crazy as they were in the past, right? Each cycle so far for Bitcoin has played out very similarly. From the peak, we go down 85%. Peak, down 85%. So, as the market cap grows, it does not necessarily mean we're going to decrease volatility. Not at all. The attraction is the volatility, actually. That's why people like Bitcoin. So I personally think that will probably remain just as volatile until the use case, we have this new report here of one of the world's second largest bank. So moving on to some news real quick first. The world's second biggest bank is issuing, basically what they're issuing is tokenized bonds in exchange for Bitcoin. So the second largest bank, China Construction Bank, is doing this thing where they're offering tokenized bonds for Bitcoin in exchange. So that's really interesting. And now, how does this relate to your question? Well, basically, if all these big players are accumulating Bitcoin and they get control of the price, and then things can change, right? Then maybe things become more stable because the big players want it to be stable, But for now, will probably remain very, very volatile as usual. But this is a pretty interesting news piece. I don't know if you guys saw this. Second largest bank in the world now accepting Bitcoin. So banks want to get in, guys. Banks want to get in now. Everybody's changing their mind all of a sudden, of course. Guys, definitely smash up that like button. Let's see if we can get 200 likes on this stream in the next 30 seconds. Someone says this year is not like 2016. Stronger hands are holding. That is true. That is a good point. There are stronger hands right now than in 2016 overall because there's just more confidence in Bitcoin overall. Let's see. Balance on exchanges. Let me see if I can pull this up. Glassnode balance on exchanges. So you guys can see this. For some reason, their data's not loading here, though. Not sure why they did that. That's weird. But yeah, there's way more Bitcoin leaving exchanges right now than ever before, right? Record numbers of Bitcoin are leaving exchanges. The supply is thinning. Grayscale is buying 1 in every 30 Bitcoin. MicroStrategy is buying 1 in every 1,000 Bitcoin. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, a lot of institutional interest, and JP Morgan's bullish on Bitcoin. The second largest bank in the world is accepting Bitcoin. So yeah, guys, things are really heating up here for crypto, and crypto is being legitimized now. It is becoming a legitimate currency, right? Just looking at chat real quick before we continue. So yeah, right now we have 14 minutes left on this 4-hour candle. If we close above 16,000, then in my opinion, that would mean that we have the momentum to actually continue up towards that next target. So we have 14 minutes left. We're going to see how this closes. And, closing above 16K is a pretty big deal. And so Ethereum, a lot of people are talking about Ethereum as well. So Ethereum is in a pretty interesting spot. Ethereum, just like Bitcoin, does have a pretty critical daily close right now. So if we're looking at Ethereum, this current daily is above. We had a lot of this area here just before where we had a lot of daily candles closing, daily candles opening, closing, opening. this area that we're at right here is an area that we want to close above. So if this daily for Ethereum can close above 455 roughly, then just like Bitcoin on the 4-hour, it's going to have probably enough momentum to continue up. Though we do have a pretty big hurdle here at 489, right? Ethereum has not been able to get above that. So really the targets for Ethereum, overall things are looking pretty good, even though, against Bitcoin, it's not performing as well. But if Ethereum can remain, keep this momentum, remain bullish and break above 489, this level right here, then we would probably head up towards 547. Because there's no other price history until this area right here. This is also the 618 fib extension target. So, and then also if Ethereum for any reason does dip down, 420 would be the optimal buy zone, I think, most likely. So 420 is definitely a pretty good buy area, as long as we can flip it, right, from this resistance into support. A lot of people keep wondering, why are the altcoins not performing that well right now? Guys, the answer is obvious. Bitcoin is the focus. Institutions are not interested in altcoins. It's going to be pretty hard to convince an institution to buy an altcoin, right? So Bitcoin is obviously the main focus right now. Is this the real Sunny D Creek coming in with the 100? He says Bitcoin goes ham. That is absolutely right. Bitcoin goes ham. Sunny, I appreciate that. Let's see. Yeah, I figured. Swiss franc, yep. That's an amazing donation. I appreciate that, man. 100 Swiss franc. That's awesome. Much appreciated, Sunny. You guys, most of you guys probably already know Sunny. A lot of my subs came from Sunny's shout-outs. So, appreciate that, man. But yeah, guys, like I was saying, it's going to be very hard to convince an institution to buy an altcoin. Yeah, imagine like saying to an institution, hey, check out like random altcoin. They're gonna be like, what are you talking about? It's all about Bitcoin, guys, right? And then after Bitcoin tops out and consolidates, then money flows back into altcoins. But here's the thing. In a bull market, like after Bitcoin breaks above 20K and Bitcoin hits the news cycles and everyone's talking about Bitcoin, that's when you're going to see more and more attention come to the market as a whole. And that's kind of when everything goes up at once, right? Right now, we still have like old money cycling between Bitcoin and alts. So I don't know why people always get surprised when, they're wondering why Ethereum is not going up. It's like, it's the same answer every time, guys. Bitcoin is taking the show, stealing the show right now. But yeah, I think 17,178 is the next target. And we could get there, guys. We could actually get there. Well, yeah, guys, people are saying Grayscale bought Ethereum XRP. Yeah, guys, Grayscale, of course, Grayscale bought altcoins. I'm talking about, like banks and companies like MicroStrategy. Right? They're not going to be buying altcoins. Not yet. Not yet, at least. But what else do we have? This is another cool one. Bitcoin at 15,000 is now bigger than PayPal, Coca-Cola, Netflix, and Disney. So if you're looking at the market cap for Bitcoin right now, so let's refresh CoinGecko. 296 billion for Bitcoin, 296 billion. And if you look at this chart, what do we see? We see that Bitcoin is now coming up on Home Depot. So Bitcoin is now worth more than Verizon, but less than Home Depot. And in the next bull market, Bitcoin's going to surpass MasterCard. It's going to surpass JP Morgan. It's going to surpass Nvidia. It's going to surpass Tesla in the next bull market. And Bitcoin will probably be valued closer to Facebook eventually. It'll come up. It'll start rivaling Berkshire Hathaway. And then Warren Buffett will be forced to FOMO into Bitcoin at that point. But yeah, I think Bitcoin's probably going to end up being worth closer to Facebook's valuation, maybe even just below Google. Eventually. So imagine this chart, guys, at the end of the next bull market, and Bitcoin's just sitting like right up here with the big boys, just sitting right up here, Bitcoin. Wouldn't that be really satisfying to see? And it's really amazing, guys, how all these banks are now bullish on Bitcoin. And I actually saw this on Sonny's channel. The world's second largest bank is trading Bitcoin for tokenized bonds. And all the institutions are now going to start FOMOing into Bitcoin. It's amazing how everything just flips on a dime. Also, taking a look at the S&P 500, which is another important thing to look at. It's really interesting because the S&P 500 is currently above the downward sloping resistance, like testing these all-time high levels. So, you know, we're above it right now, right? If the S&P can maintain this level and rally and start creating higher lows off this area, right? This is very bullish for the crypto market. Because, guys, this is something that people don't like to accept, but it's just the truth. A bullish stock market is bullish for crypto. A bearish stock market is bearish for crypto. That's just the reality of the situation. From a bigger picture, guys, when the stock market is very bullish, crypto is very bullish. When the stock market is very bearish, crypto is very bearish. I mean, it's just the way of the world. It's just the way of the world. And it makes sense because crypto is a speculative asset, right? So you have to remember that. You have to remember that. And it's gonna be moving with, you know, the rest of the market if it is a speculative asset. You know, hopefully eventually Bitcoin becomes a very strong hedge against fiat dollars, and maybe we decouple at some point years and years and years down the line. But right now, you know, Bitcoin is trading with the stock market based on human nature. You can't change human nature, guys, you know. I mean, how are you going to stop somebody from getting, like, let's say there's a whale trading Bitcoin and they see the stock market's crashing and the whale goes, I'm going to sell my Bitcoin. You can't stop that from happening. It's just human nature. There's no magical force that would stop that. Anyway. Going on my Bitcoin stock market correlation rant once again, because I argue with so many people about this, about the correlation, and it's ridiculous that people don't see it. Let's go through chat. All right, guys, so what do we have? 5 minutes left on the 4 hour. Looks like we're going to close this above 16K. So this would be the second 4 hour close above 16,000 in the year 2020 and since 2018, if we get that. So that's going to be cool. That'll be pretty cool. Still pushing, guys. And Ethereum may get some bullish momentum if Bitcoin breaks out. Some of the other altcoins, smaller altcoins, maybe not, right? Like Chainlink right now has been trading sideways a lot. Though we have been making higher highs. Chainlink has been making higher highs, so we are making some progress. It seems like the $10 level is starting to become that psychological support level, right? So anything right below $10 seems to be a pretty good buy for Chainlink. But right now, you know, we are making higher highs on price. If Chainlink can break above the 50% fib extension, if Chainlink can get above 1366, then that's where we're going to initiate the next major breakout, right? We have a lot of resistance here, support here, resistance here recently again. So $13.66 for Chainlink is going to be the next major breakout, right? And what we really need to do is we need to hold this upward sloping trend line, get a bounce off this level. If we fail to hold this level, you know, things can get a little bit bearish again. Chainlink could come down to $11.50, even as low as $10 if we can't hold this level. Chainlink has been, you know, lagging behind with the other altcoins. Though it is still one of the top performing assets this year, up 300%, which is great overall. A lot of people are complaining, a lot of people in the chat are complaining about Ethereum, and I don't understand how you could be complaining about Ethereum. It's doing pretty good overall compared to most other assets. It's doing pretty good. Not bad at all, guys. I mean, I think I'm actually very satisfied with Ethereum. I would complain more about Chainlink at this point because it's just going sideways. But Ethereum is doing pretty good. And with the ETH2 news, if Bitcoin breaks out soon, I think I think Ethereum will probably break out towards 543, 547. But that's just how altcoins go, guys. And that's for every altcoin. It lags behind Bitcoin. That's just how it is. Garfield says, Kevin's right, be more patient, guys. I want to somehow stop everybody in the chat from asking me the same question every stream. Everybody always asks, Bitcoin's going up. Why is this altcoin not going up? Guys, you're going to drive me insane. You're going to drive me insane because it happens every time. Altcoins stall when Bitcoin goes up. Bitcoin is the king. How do you not understand this? Like, drill this into your head. When Bitcoin's bullish, altcoins don't do that well. Once Bitcoin consolidates, then altcoins come back, right? And it's just this balance where they catch up. You know, you see? You guys need to remember this. I can't keep answering the same question over and over. I got really confused. I think, is that a fake Chico crypto account? I think it is. It must be. But yeah, guys, right now we're just waiting to see. We have 1 minute left on this 4 hour. And it looks like a pretty damn good close. Second highest 4 hour close in 2020. Well, we have almost 700 people watching. Guys, we don't even have 200 likes yet. We need to get at least 200 likes. Hold on. So yeah, at this point, guys, there's nothing on the chart until 2018. 17.1K. So that's it. Guys, also remember that you're going to get a major rejection at some point, whether that's 17.1 or 18.1. Even though there's more confidence in Bitcoin this time around in this cycle, there's way more confidence in Bitcoin. At some point, you are going to get a massive rejection candle below 20K. The likelihood of seeing a massive rejection below 20K is very high. So if you're going to be looking to take an entry on Bitcoin, in my opinion, you should probably wait for that. You should probably wait for that because as Bitcoin breaks out, more and more people are going to sucker into the price, and then once that rejection happens, they're going to get wrecked, especially if you're on leverage, right? But you know, that's what you got to look for, the next major rejection. So what else do we got, guys? We went over a bunch of news. We went over the charts. We talked about the S&P 500, that it's pretty important that we need to hold this resistance as support now. That's very important for the market as well. If the S&P starts to fail this level, then then it's not going to be as bullish. That's when you could expect that massive rejection from Bitcoin if that starts to take place. But as long as we're above it, that's pretty good, right? All right, we got the 4 hour close. So that was a pretty good close. As long as we stay above 16,000 now, then we're going to be sitting pretty, right? Again, once you start to break below 16K, again, and start to fall below this upward sloping trend line, at that point, that's when you know that we're losing the momentum, and there's some, increased selling interest at these levels. So keep your eye on that trend line. This is currently the parabolic trend. As long as we can hold this, we should be headed for 17.1. Just looking at chat. Yeah, guys, let me know in chat who's going to be staking their Ethereum. Who's going to be staking their Ethereum? Let me know in chat. Should we hold Chainlink? Yeah, I mean, I am. I think. What did I say on Twitter the other day? I said the trifecta, the 2021 crypto bull market trifecta: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink. I think if obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I think if you're holding all three of these, you're going to make really, really good gains in the next major bull market. And also something that I said that apparently was controversial, I said not owning Ethereum is just as bad as not owning Bitcoin. Changed my mind. Bitcoin is a store of value, and Ethereum is the infrastructure of the crypto industry. Right? Ethereum is providing infrastructure, right, for DeFi and all that. So I think Bitcoin is not providing infrastructure for DeFi in any way, right? Ethereum is, right? So people are building on Ethereum, creating new things on Ethereum. Chainlink was built on Ethereum. There's Ethereum is infrastructure. Bitcoin is just the store of value. So in my opinion, it's you got to own both. You got to own both of them. Not owning Ethereum, in my opinion, is I was trying to be a little controversial. It's not as bad as not owning Bitcoin, but it's pretty close, in my opinion. I'm not sure why you wouldn't own Ethereum. Unless you're just a full-blown Bitcoin maximalist, which Pierre was saying this. He was saying AWS has better infrastructure than Ethereum. If you want to bet on infrastructure, own Amazon stock. Which is interesting because they're using I think they're using private Ethereum blockchains for their customers, that they can use private Ethereum blockchains and stuff. So Pierre was arguing that, if you want to, AWS has better infrastructure than Ethereum. So if you want to bet on infrastructure, own Amazon. But in my opinion, I was saying that doesn't change my mind. And then he was saying, well, basically what I said is, isn't this just a testament to Ethereum as a whole, right? If Amazon is using Ethereum, isn't that just a complement to Ethereum? In my opinion, it is. In my opinion, it is, right? Because, something that Andreas Antonopoulos talks about is how, private blockchains are not going to do as well than public ones, because, you can have many, many people developing on a public blockchain. And, if Amazon is using private blockchains, for Ethereum, using private Ethereum blockchains, they're not going to have as good of development overall. So, I don't know, that's just my argument, I guess. Yeah, everyone's talking about Dash now. Everybody keeps talking about Dash, an OG coin. Let's see, Dash. What is Dash doing? Go to Bitfinex, I guess. Guys, that's not even that big of a pump. Am I seeing this wrong? Actually, I mean, okay, that's pretty decent. There's good volume, I guess. But it's really not that impressive yet. I mean, this Dash pump, okay, great, but it's not really doing all that much. Sorry to tell you, this pump is not that impressive. Not sure why everyone's so... Guys, look at the bigger picture here. Dash is not really doing much. I think somebody told me that Dash was added to some guy's like crypto pick. What's the guy's name? This like famous guy who's making crypto price predictions or something. Starts with a T. You guys probably know who I'm talking about. Some big guy added Dash to his favorite crypto list, and then it pumped because he did that. That's what I heard. But guys, Dash is not really doing much at all. I mean, you have a lot of work to do here for this to be called a pump. In my opinion, this is not a pump. This is really nothing at all. Takeshi. That's right, Takeshi. or Tika, whatever his name is. I forget Tika. Yeah. I don't really watch him that much. I don't really care. Everyone thinks he's like a god or something, but I really don't care about his opinion all that much. Dash's performance has been horrible. Absolutely horrible. And this is not a pump, guys. This is just a sideways range for Dash. And you need to get above, what, like $100 to really get a breakout. Sorry, Dash is really not doing much. Yeah, privacy coins. So DeFi Man is saying privacy coins are in trouble. Although Monero has been doing pretty good. Monero has been doing decent, right? Although there was a report that apparently the Department of Homeland Security in the United States has already figured out how to track Monero. So blockchain intelligence groups, intelligence agencies, the Department of Homeland Security, they're going to be tracking Monero. So, I mean, it's only useful to a point. I mean, it depends on who you're trying to. If you're just looking for general privacy, then that's great. But in terms of like a fully secure private blockchain, Monero is going to fail soon. It's going to fail, which sucks because Monero is like the OG privacy coin, but technology is catching up. And they're going to crack the ring signatures, guys. They're going to crack it. They already have. You know, Monero's been performing decently, but the technology is going to get outpaced. And it's going to be very hard to develop a real privacy coin. It's going to be very difficult. I mean, you're up against the NSA's most powerful supercomputers, which are beyond anything you've ever seen or even heard of, right? Like what they're working with behind the scenes is absolutely insane. You think that Monero's going to be able to hide from the NSA supercomputer? It's not going to happen. Technology will catch up and Monero will become outdated. It will. It's just bound to happen. Nothing lasts forever. So yeah, a good privacy coin is going to be hard to develop now. Philip Thomas says, should I sell my XRP for Chainlink? I mean, honestly, I would sell my XRP for Dogecoin at this point. That was a joke, but I mean, I just don't understand XRP holders. I don't get it. Yeah, I mean, the people that are bullish on XRP are like very convinced that XRP is going to do something amazing in the future. That somehow they're going to do something that the price will go to like infinity, and the market cap will be like more than the national debt. You know, people are talking about like $100 XRP, which is absolutely insane. Just do the market cap calculation. The supply for XRP is just way too big, guys. It's just way too big. I don't understand XRP people. It's one of the worst performing cryptos. What you're outside of the resistance line, so you got that going for you, but you're just trading sideways. You know, the XRP insiders are selling. The guy who created XLM, Stellar, if you go like find his wallet, his XRP wallet, you can actually see that he's selling constantly. Like insiders are selling XRP. And whenever I say that, people from the XRP army get really annoyed. But it's like, okay, tell me then, why has XRP only been making lower lows and lower highs for the past multiple years? It's because whoever's holding the most XRP is selling XRP. There's no growth. There is no growth in XRP. No growth. Because people are selling it, right? You did get a lot of accumulation at 11 cents, and after that, okay, great. You have a lot of volume there for XRP. You're getting higher lows. That's great. You finally started to create higher lows. Okay, that's good. Now you need to get above 35 cents. You know, make a higher high on the chart. I mean, it's been god awful. And every XRP person, every XRP influencer is just constantly saying that the bull market's around the corner, the next pump, it's right around the corner. And they've been saying it for years. Years. And it's like, when are they going to admit that they've been completely wrong? When is that going to happen? Anyway, I'm kind of hating on XRP right now, but it's just like, come on. Come on. Yeah, maybe it'll pump. Maybe if the insiders want to pump XRP, they'll pump it for you. Okay, but once that thing pumps, you better get ready to sell again, because it's going to come trickling down again. It's going to come trickling right back down. That's just how this works, because the supply is too big. Anyway, I just went on a hardcore XRP rant. And I probably offended someone, but you know, it is what it is. The truth is just the truth. And will it pump eventually? Probably. Probably. It'll get some kind of crazy pump to $1 or something. Yeah, sure, eventually. Am I going to try to... I'm not going to buy XRP, you know. Even though maybe this is a good accumulation area and it's going to pump after Bitcoin breaks 20K, it's not worth it, because it's probably just going to sell off again anyway. So Bitcoin is looking pretty good. Like we were saying at the beginning of the video, if Bitcoin can get a 4-hour candle close above 16K, above this range, then that could indicate that we have enough momentum to potentially keep moving up. And right now it's looking pretty good. No major sellers stepping in yet. So we'll see. We may be looking to range towards 17K in the not so distant future. I know I probably pissed someone off with the XRP rant, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Steve says, "Hey Kev," I think I pissed off Steve in the chat. He says, "Hey Kev, keep in mind, you're only a YouTuber. You're not an expert on crypto." Well, yeah, guys. I mean, I have disclaimers in the description. I have disclaimers. I'm not a financial advisor, right? That's right. I'm literally just a guy on YouTube. That's absolutely right. Yeah, so Time to Rock is also asking, why is like Bitcoin Cash not moving? Guys, it's because these older altcoins are, you know, what's the interest? Why would I want to own Bitcoin Cash right now? What does it have going for it? What are they doing? Like a lot of the older coins are losing that momentum because, you know, like why would I buy Bitcoin Cash? What are they doing? There's nothing exciting about it anymore. Bitcoin is the main currency, main store of value, not Bitcoin Cash. There's just nothing to it. There's no attraction, you know? And Bitcoin Cash sure as hell is not going to be the next Bitcoin. That we know for sure. So, you know, you guys got to think critically about these altcoins and why things are behaving the way they are. It's an old coin. There's nothing going for it. Other than potentially pumping at some point, which is every other coin as well. So just keep that in mind. So Ethereum is starting to get a little bit of support here as well. And remember, Ethereum has not yet created a higher high for 2020 here. But Bitcoin is looking pretty good now. Epic Lure Time is saying, please make more legendary meme intros. Yeah, guys, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been making a lot of like crypto movies and stuff. Like I have, what do I have? I have like the Interstellar one, I think is the most epic. People literally told me that they cried, that they were crying after watching that, which is the featured video on my channel, Bitcoin Goes Interstellar. That was a really epic one. People loved it. And I have like the Matrix one and a few other ones. It's really fun to do. It's really fun to do. The problem with the meme intros is that I have to demonetize the videos. Like I don't want to get hit with some kind of copyright thing. So I just preemptively demonetize them. But, you know, it's worth it. It's fun to do, you know. Yeah, guys, Bitcoin's looking pretty good. We closed above 16K. Second 4-hour close above 16K in 2020. And there's no major sellers yet. And even though people are complaining about the volume being low, in my opinion, it's not a problem. It's only a problem when we top out, right? I personally think that Bitcoin is going to, at some point, fall below the levels that we're at right now, right? At some point, it's likely that Bitcoin will, you know, even if we run up to 17K or, you know, 18.1 or something, right? If we get super parabolic, no matter what we do, at some point we're going to reject and have some kind of crazy wick down, right? At some point. It's very likely. I can't say it's going to happen, but it's very likely that somewhere below 20K we'll get a correction. That's just what's likely. People are asking, when is it time to do altcoins, Kevin? Guys, the thing is, if you like a project, right? If you're interested in a project, and you actually know that it can actually affect. If you're interested in a cryptocurrency, and the crypto can fundamentally change the crypto space, right? There's some reason why that project will fundamentally change the market, you know, then you can start to accumulate for the long term, right? But you have to make sure that the project you're buying is actually fundamentally changing crypto. The thing is, the crypto market is so new and it's underdeveloped. Crypto is still underdeveloped. It's not mainstream. So right now, the infrastructure of crypto is being built. So you want to look at the coins that are really changing the game, that have potential to, you know, actually fundamentally change blockchain tech, you know, like the unique projects. Looking at chat, I already pretty much talked about everything I wanted to talk about. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, some news, the stock market. I'm just hanging out at this point. Someone's saying, Kevin, do you do crypto full time? Yes, guys, I do crypto full time. Because I've been building up this crypto channel, this YouTube channel, since the beginning of 2018. So January of 2018, the first video I made, I was warning about the crypto bubble, and then I was making more videos in February where I was predicting prices like $2,500 Bitcoin, which became $600 within a $600 range of a year-long prediction. Pretty good. And yeah, I mean, been building for a couple of years, and I got sponsors. I have Patreon, ad revenue, trading, investing, like all that stuff, guys. Yeah, when you can make pretty good money running a crypto YouTube channel, right? It's hard to get into because there's so many YouTubers, but when things really pick up for you, there's a lot of different ways to have income. So like you can create many streams of income as a crypto YouTuber, because the entire industry is based on making money. So it's that kind of an industry where you can, you know, make it full time. It's definitely better than the day job, yeah. The only thing though, guys, when you're trading and investing, and also doing crypto full time, you know, everything's on the computer, right? So you have to have a work-life balance. You have to go to the gym. You have to socialize as much as possible on the weekends, right? Like you have to do all of that. Otherwise, you're going to drive yourself crazy. You know, if somebody asks me, if some random person asks me, "Hey, Kev, should I become a trader?" I would just be like, "Nope, don't do it. Do not become a trader." Because like it's not glorious. Like people think being a trader is like so cool. And yeah, when you can print money, when you can make money based on market movements, that's pretty cool. But it's not that glorious. It's not. It's not like so. People who are actually traders know what I'm talking about. It's not that great, right? You have to find other things that you like, the community, you know. You gotta love crypto. You gotta love blockchain. You gotta love the community, and then it's great. I appreciate you guys coming in with the tips. And Sunny Decree coming in with the $100 Swiss franc tip. Bitcoin goes ham. But yeah, guys, I think that as of right now, we do have enough momentum to run towards 17K. But once we start breaking below, I mean, it's very simple. The same thing happened in 2017. When you're on a parabolic trend like this, it happens every time. Like you have this exponential increase in price, right? And then you break the trend. So once you break that trend line, that parabolic trend line, then you know the trend is over, right? And same thing with here. We had a parabolic trend exponential increase in demand. You break the trend line, then you know it's over. This is just how Bitcoin is. Right now, what do we got? Pretty similar thing, just on a slightly lower time scale, or a lower time scale. We have a parabolic trend, and let's say we continue up. But once it breaks, that's when you know it's over, right? So just watch that trend line, because once it breaks, it's usually over. But I don't mean like over like a bear market. In this case, guys, in this case, Bitcoin is very likely going to form a larger scale parabolic trend to the upside, right? Because we have a lot of bullish momentum, and very likely we're going to, even if we do see a major rejection, create some kind of larger scale trend to the upside. So just keep that in mind as well. But just keep your eye on the parabolic trend, because that is basically what's going to tell you, do we have a continued increase in demand, right? Because traders are going to be trading along the parabolic trend. People are going to be trying to get entries along the parabolic trend line. So if we do at any point break it, that means we have a lack of demand, right, for the time being, and we're going to have to cool off and sell off. I mean, if Bitcoin maintains this parabolic trend, we could likely hit 20,000, in just a couple weeks, or sorry, like a month, right? If we stay within the trend, but I don't think that's likely. I think we'll reject at some point. It could be here. Robin says, love your dedication so often live. Keep it up. PayPal went live with crypto trading. It's in the app. Is that news today? Is that the news? Did that happen today? That means that PayPal was like secretly buying crypto the whole time. Oh yeah, PayPal's crypto trading goes live in the United States. This is interesting. So PayPal's crypto trading goes live in the US. Customers will be able to trade up to 20,000 a week rather than the originally announced 10,000. Interesting. So it says on Thursday, PayPal's crypto trading and payments went live for all eligible customers in the United States. Per its updated announcement, PayPal ended its waitlist for customers looking to use cryptocurrency in the US, trading features a limit of 20,000 per week, which is now doubled since the originally 10,000. PayPal ultimately plans to make crypto payments available at 26 million merchants globally. Guys, this is mass adoption right here. That is it. You wanted to see it happen? There you go. PayPal ultimately plans to make crypto payments available at 26 million merchants globally. A representative told Cointelegraph that PayPal will notify US customers about general availability of crypto services in the coming days. Dan Schulman, CEO of PayPal, noted that the shift to supporting crypto was driven by what he sees as an inevitable drift towards virtual currencies. So I would suspect that PayPal has been preparing for this moment for a while. And it would be in their best interest to release this news now, while, to create more hype for the industry. So I guess Dan Schulman said, the shift to digital forms of currencies is inevitable, bringing with it clear advantages in terms of financial inclusion and access, efficiency, speed, and resilience of the payment systems, and the ability for governments to disperse funds to citizens quickly. That's a very interesting last statement. I was actually just watching. Has anybody seen this? This last sentence is really interesting. And the ability for governments to disperse funds to citizens quickly. So this means that Dan Schulman, CEO of PayPal, has probably been talking with some major players and experts in digital currencies, virtual currencies, and he's been taking a look at what China is doing, most likely, because the fact that he said governments to disperse funds to citizens quickly. I was just watching the television show Mr. Robot. Has anybody seen the TV show Mr. Robot? Mr. Robot is an amazing show, by the way, if you haven't seen it. It was released in 2015. Incredible show. Bitcoin is mentioned in the show several times. And again, this show was released in 2015, so they were ahead of their time. In the show, the main villain, the corporation that they're trying to take down, there's a big hack and the economy gets destroyed. And the biggest corporation issues eCoin and sends it to all the citizens to sort of help the crisis so that people have money to spend. And that just reminded me of that. Really interesting. That's likely going to be the future. That's likely going to be the future. And crypto will be utilized by governments, but it's going to be on their own systems. So that's really interesting news, really cool news. PayPal, just today, trading goes live in PayPal for the United States. I got to check that out on the app. I haven't seen it yet. So PayPal initially, so let's see, anything else from this article? Any last statements? Yeah, so that's another thing that I like to hear. They were just talking about regulation at the bottom there. That the Commodities Future Trading Commission is actually bullish on Ethereum, basically. They said they like Ethereum. And they're saying that, and regulators in the United States are actually saying that they want the US to lead in blockchain. And it's interesting that right after the CFTC said, we want the US to lead in the blockchain industry, all these institutions started doing stuff. So there must have been like a under the table, like green light, like go ahead, get involved type deal with all, there's something's going on right now. And everyone's starting to buy Bitcoin. And that's the thing about this next bull run, guys. Very likely, the only way Bitcoin is going to get to 100K, the only way that's ever going to happen is if institutions are involved. Retail cannot make that happen. It's going to take institutions. It's going to take big money, right? And what Willy Woo said recently on Twitter was that Bitcoin is still in stealth mode, right? Bitcoin is still in stealth mode. We're below 20,000. So stealth mode for Bitcoin, just like in the last bull run, was below 1,100, 1,200. So anything below this area is like stealth mode. And then we go to a real bull market. And right now, Bitcoin is once again in stealth mode until we go into a real bull market. And, people are talking about, possibly 100K, 200K, 250K. And if we have inflation, maybe even higher. And it is totally possible to hit those prices. Completely possible. And it's going to happen fast. I mean, we're so close to the all-time high. I mean, what are we at now? Let me see. From the all-time high to this price, we're what? Less than 20% away. We are now 17.5% away from the all-time high for Bitcoin. That's nothing. Once this thing kicks off, guys, it's going to get epic. It's going to be like a full year of bullishness. Now, in my opinion, we do need permission from the stock market for that. If the U.S. stock market is not very bullish, and let's say we end up pulling back and dumping, the bull run could be stalled. The bull run could end sooner than we want it to. But if the stock market enters also a year-long bull market, then Bitcoin could easily hit 100K, in my opinion. If the global markets cooperate with Bitcoin, it's always better. It's always better. Oh wait, I think I missed some stuff here. So, the one coming in with the €5, he said, "What material did you use to learn how to trade? Books? If so, let's see. If so, what are the names? Do recommend the offer online trading? Do you recommend or offer online trading?" I mean, in Patreon, I do have a one-on-one thing. If you can sign up for one-on-one calls with me if you want. And if you sign up with one-on-one calls with me in Patreon, it's really up to you to make the most of it. You need to be able to explain yourself so I can properly guide you, right? That's really what it comes down to. And yeah, I can tell you what I know if you do that. But also, when it comes to learning how to trade, the best thing to do is really just to analyze the chart endlessly. A lot of people seem to want to find like a magical book that will like tell them how to do everything. Guys, here's the real deal. If I had a person that read every book on trading and investing and understanding patterns, and they read every book there was on it, that's one guy. And the other guy is the guy that spent the most time actually trading. I'd probably go with the guy that spent most time trading, and he's read no books, right? It's really, you got to spend a lot. There's no easy way, guys. You have to like analyze the charts constantly, right? And understand the market that you're in as well, because every market trades differently. So this 4 hours looking pretty good. Looks like we might get some continuation. I mean, the only books that I really read are like books like this. So this is you could probably get this on Amazon. Technical Analysis, the Complete Resource by Charles D. Kirkpatrick II. I mean, this thing just has like everything in it. More so about market analysis. But really the key, guys, the key is like trading psychology, understanding your mind and how to like the thing that screws people up is their mind, right? It's the way that you approach the market, right? But again, guys, it's all about experience. It's all about experience. So Bitcoin's looking pretty good here. Nice 4-hour close. Ethereum's not bad. Chainlink really needs to get a bounce off this level. This upward sloping trend line. It'd be really nice if Chainlink could, reclaim this upward sloping trend line as new support again. I think that would be the best. We don't want to fail this. We don't want to fail this area because then we could at some point maybe return to $10. At least $11.50 if we fail to hold this trend line. Altcoins are not doing that great. Someone is asking if Ethereum is in a parabolic trend. I mean, basically, if Ethereum can... Even if Ethereum does pull back to like 420 again, it's still starting to shape up. It's kind of following the same path as Bitcoin, where we're starting to go a little bit more parabolic. But yeah, I mean, once you get it, you really just need to break 489. That's it. Even Kevin thinks Chainlink isn't looking good. I mean, yeah, guys. I mean, like, it's not bad. We're getting higher highs, and hopefully we can create a higher low here. Looks pretty good. I mean, it's not horrible. It's just not great. It's just not great. Like, we have good higher lows, good accumulation, but really the thing that messed this chart up the most was falling below this upward sloping trend line. That really just messed things up. The market structure would have been so nice if we just held it. But that kind of just damaged the chart a little bit. Although I'm still very bullish on Chainlink. We just really need to hold this range. What I don't want to see for Chainlink is I don't want to see us falling down and hitting $10 again. I mean, that's just going to be a really, really crappy market structure. If Chainlink can hold this area and keep going, that's great. But we really need a bounce here. Yeah, a lot of people right now are... I mean, that's a big lesson. A lot of people right now are FOMOing into Bitcoin. And it's like, I see people that have been in crypto for a long time, like FOMOing into Bitcoin because they thought we were going to get it dumped. Guys, you should always have a long-term portfolio that you're just going to hold no matter what. You should always have that. You should always have that. I mean, imagine being somebody who's so into crypto, they love Bitcoin, but they're not, they don't like own, like, I see so many people, they don't own Bitcoin. And when the market like is now getting away from them because they're just trying to trade it constantly, it's like, you should just hold Bitcoin. Like, just keep Bitcoin in a ledger and just leave it there, guys. Just leave it there. Stop trying to constantly trade it. Fear and Greed Index at a 90 now. Yeah, I mean, guys, definitely have a long-term portfolio. Let's see here. Because, I mean, then it just doesn't matter what the market does. If you have a good holdings, then it just doesn't matter what the market does anymore. Right? Like, people are freaking out because they're like, oh my God, should I buy Bitcoin? It's like, why didn't you have it before? Yeah, so Bitcoin dominance is coming up a lot now. So we had this shot to the, this rejection here. The dominance shot up, rejected. The altcoins made a little bit of a push here. And now the altcoins are, you know, once again, getting bled dry a little bit. Now, the interesting thing about the dominance is like throughout all of 2017, I mean, we also had the altcoin spring in early 2018, but, you know, Bitcoin dominance was decreasing throughout the bull run. And it's going to be interesting to see, will we get the same type of behavior in this bull run? You know, like maybe dominance keeps going up until we break 20,000, right? And then maybe it'll start to reverse as money's going into altcoins, you know. That's kind of at least what I expect at this point. Once you get above the all-time high, then money, basically once Bitcoin breaks above 20,000, that's when money starts to flow into everything based on hype. Until then, alts are going to suffer as Bitcoin goes up. And then at some random point, you're going to see altcoins just shoot up. You know, a lot of people keep asking me, like, what is my take profit target for Bitcoin? I mean, I'm not necessarily trying to trade Bitcoin below the all-time high. You know, a lot of people are going to get messed up by trying to do this, right? They're going to try to sell Bitcoin at like a certain price target, and then, you know, who knows? Are you going to get it? Are you going to get back in at the right place? You know, like from a long-term perspective, it doesn't make sense for me. If I was in a leverage trade, then yes, of course, but I just don't care to trade Bitcoin below the all-time high. I mean, again, Bitcoin is in stealth mode. It's in stealth mode until we start to really break out. I mean, everything below 20K in the end is an accumulation range. It's a great trading range, but Bitcoin is in stealth mode, guys. And we have a lot of room to move up. There's no point in squandering your portfolio down here. Like trying to make some risky plays and buy here, sell here. Like, especially not with your long-term portfolio. There's no point. Bitcoin is in stealth mode. Yeah, and a lot of people are asking, like, Kev, where should I sell to buy back later? Well, if you're asking somebody that's live on YouTube, where should I sell to buy back later? I mean, you probably shouldn't be trying to do that, right? You probably shouldn't be trying that. And what you should do is focus on getting more money. You know, like generating money, like an income that you take, save money, you put it into Bitcoin. Right? Make money, put it into Bitcoin. If you don't have experience trading, don't try to squander your position, right? If Bitcoin runs up to 18.1 or something, on the next dump, you know, maybe we retest 13.8K, just buy more, right? Because you really don't know what the price is going to do. And if you're not an experienced trader, you're probably just going to mess up, you know? Like, I see so many noobs, they'll try to sell, like on the pump, and then it'll go up more and they'll buy back because they think they're missing out, and then it dumps and then they're just getting chopped up. You know, don't do that. Don't get chopped up. Guys, definitely hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. But yeah, something like this is actually what I think is quite possible. Now, I'm not saying we're going to go straight to 18K right now, but, you know, if we hold this parabolic trend, we could rally to 17.1, 18.1, you know, I guess 20K, but these are the real targets that I'm looking at, and then eventually top out, consolidate, and then have a massive dump. It's actually standard volatility in a crypto bull market. Find a major low, which would be a fantastic entry at 13.8. And then continue this as a larger scale parabolic trend to the upside. And then, you know, once we get to 20K, we'll probably see some kind of chop again. before we actually break out. But I'm expecting at least one major pullback on the way to 20,000. So if you were one of the people saying, where should I sell and buy back? I mean, I guess you could look at this model right here and make a plan. But I don't even care to do that at this point, guys. I don't care to do that. You should make sure, because I know there's a lot of new people watching. There's a lot of new people in the space now. Make sure you separate. Make sure you're structured. Make sure you have a plan. Make sure you have a portfolio that you're holding. You're building positions. It's like a savings almost. And then you have a trading account, and you don't mix those, right? Just holding account, trading account. You know, that's how you want to approach this. If you want to go crazy, great, do that somewhere else, but make sure you have your holdings set. I know I'm speaking to the choir here for a lot of you guys, but there are a lot of new people that are watching as well. Mohammed says, what do you think about that 95% of Bitcoin addresses are in profit? Well, I think that's the inevitable in the bull market. Are you asking, you know, what's going to happen? Is everyone going to sell now or something? Is that what you're asking? I don't think so, guys. I think that people have been waiting for this moment for a long time. The people that are holding crypto, that have been holding crypto, and that were down on crypto, that are now up on crypto, I think they're just happy to see themselves back in the green, and they can see that we are obviously entering a major bull market right now. So I don't think they're necessarily going to be selling. Some of them might, but I think that 95% of Bitcoin addresses being in the profit zone is extremely bullish, right? Some people might think, oh, they're going to sell. No, I think it's actually very bullish because of emotional feedback. These major run-ups happen. A lot of you guys have heard me say this, but emotional feedback plays such a big role. Everyone that accumulated Bitcoin below 1100, when it broke out, you know, whether they bought here at the top or not, it doesn't matter. Once it broke out, they got all excited and they started telling everyone about it, right? And that's why you got more people to come into the market here because of the emotional feedback. Everybody talking about it that was up on Bitcoin. You know, at this point in time, 95% of Bitcoin addresses were in the profit zone at this point in time as well. Once you break out, all those people are speaking positively about Bitcoin. It brings in new market participants. It drives the price up. Now, all of these people that were buying in are making money, and it's breaking out again. And the crowd gets bigger, right? And then all these people that buy in goes up again. The crowd gets bigger, and the noise gets louder, and more people are talking about it. That's how you get a parabolic trend, and that's how you enter a period of over-exuberance. When there's just so much buzz everywhere about it, right? And then there's not enough people, there's nobody left to buy, and we crash. But same thing here, guys. Very positive for Bitcoin. Once we break above 20,000, everybody that bought, no matter if they bought at 20K or not, they're all going to be very happy, very excited, talking positively about Bitcoin. And just like I just said, it's going to drive the price up, right? And then all the people that got convinced to buy Bitcoin here are going to be like, oh my God, it's, you know, Bitcoin's going up. They're going to tell their friends about it. Emotional feedback plays a role again, right? And then it just goes up, and the crowd gets bigger until it gets so big that nobody else can buy in because there's nobody left to buy, you know? That's how I see it. It's a positive thing. That's emotional feedback, and that's how these trends form. And this time around, that emotional feedback is going to be coming from none other than the institutions, which could potentially drive the price even higher than we expect. You know, who knows? Do you agree with Plan B's 288K target? We'll see, guys. It really depends. You know, if you guess if right now you guessed the exact top of the bull market price. It's, it's a great guess, great educated guess, but there is a lot of luck involved because there's so many factors. There's so many things that play into it. I think, a general target of 100 to 250,000 is actually somewhat realistic. It is. Prepare for China FUD. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see that at some point for sure. FOMO drives bull runs. Yeah, guys, definitely. An institutional FOMO is going to drive this one. PayPal is a really good name to have in this bull market. It's a really nice name to throw around. PayPal crypto. It's a good one. Yeah, I mean, people of course keep asking about Ethereum, keep asking about Chainlink. Well, guys, as Bitcoin gets bullish here, right? Altcoins are going to suffer, right? So Ethereum might be able to. You guys, I mean, this is pretty much how it goes. Like when Bitcoin runs up and then it consolidates. So like when Bitcoin consolidates, like this range right here, as the market's going sideways and Bitcoin's not doing much, and people are taking profit on Bitcoin, it's just going sideways, market participants start looking at altcoins, and if the altcoins are starting to come up, then they start to buy in. There becomes like a hype cycle in alts, right? It's all just based on people and human behavior, right? They look, and if you see alts starting to come up, then more and more people buy in. It causes a pump in alts. It's all just based on market, what people are doing, right? And then when Bitcoin starts going up again, people are like, oh, I'm going to get out of alts to go into Bitcoin. So, and right now, Bitcoin's just been incredibly bullish. And right now we're breaking out again. So coins like Chainlink are not going to be doing all that great. Even though we're up like 15% this week, it's kind of, the market structure is not all that great for Chainlink. Even though I'm very bullish on it fundamentally, we really need to hold this level. We really need to hold this upward sloping trend line as that new support. If we can hold 1240, which is pretty much where we are now, and get a bounce, or at the very minimum, this 1216 level, and get a bounce, then it's good. But otherwise, you really don't want to be falling back into this range. It's going to get ugly for Chainlink. And this is kind of just the story for most altcoins at this point. Somebody's spamming in the chat, what if something happens and mining stops? Then what about Bitcoin? That's a great question. What if a nefarious entity that has a quantum computer targets all the biggest Bitcoin miners worldwide and shuts their systems down? I know what I would do. I would immediately turn on a Bitcoin miner and start mining Bitcoin myself. That's what I would do. I mean, think about that. Think about if somebody had a crazy quantum computer and they just targeted actual mining ops and they shut their systems down. That would be pretty crazy, wouldn't it? I hope I'm not giving anyone ideas out there. But the thing about that is, like, at that point you have a bigger problem. Somebody who has that much power with a quantum computer that powerful, I'm not sure if they would go after Bitcoin. Why would they go after Bitcoin? It would probably be a military against military. I'm not sure, unless it's some private corporation that has a mega supercomputer that goes crazy. And with an EMP, we have an even bigger problem, right? We have an even bigger problem with an EMP. Nobody even would care about Bitcoin at that point. If an EMP went off, you'd be, you know, be a whole different story. People keep saying that Ethereum's not looking good. I think it looks fine. If we can close the daily candle above 455, Ethereum looks fine, right? We may have momentum to break out. Of course, you're at a resistance, so it's going to be tough, but Dan Moyer is in the chat. What's up, Dan? I'm not a fan of Digibyte. But anyway, so yeah, Bitcoin, in my opinion, it seems like we do have potentially have enough momentum to run towards 17,178 or 18,150. Again, the way that this is drawn on the chart is not correct. I'm not saying that we're going to go straight up. That's not what I'm saying. A lot of you guys out there are probably like, oh my God, Kev thinks we're going to go straight up. That's not what I'm saying. It might take a while to get there, right? But I think 17,178 is the next upside target. And at some point, we'll probably see a major rejection, right? Where the FOMOers will get punished. It's always how it goes. We find a nice low, rally up, continue up towards the all-time high. That's how I see it playing out. There's going to be something like this at some point. It's just hard to tell when and where. Yeah, I think what people are just frustrated that Ethereum isn't getting a breakout. I think the one question that I always get on every single stream I do, and it's so annoying that people haven't figured this out. They say, Bitcoin's going up. Why is my altcoin not going up? Guys, you should know this by now. And people keep asking the question. When Bitcoin goes up, altcoins stall or go down. When Bitcoin trades sideways, then altcoins go up. Literally write it down. Take notes, write it down. Somebody's asking for this song. I mean, just type this in on YouTube. So, in my opinion, Ethereum is the second best bet in the crypto market overall. Second best bet. But yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to discuss today. Just came out to chill with you guys on the stream. Just came to hang out, talk about prices, talk to the chat, look at some news. Nothing too crazy. I mean, usually how this goes is right when I end my stream, something cool happens. So maybe I should try to fake out the my jinx and just wait for a bit, because then Bitcoin will break out. Like, I want to end the stream, but maybe that's a signal that Bitcoin's about to break out. It's literally how it goes every time. Let's see. I mean, we're pretty close. We're actually pretty close to getting a breakout right now. Somebody's saying, I'm new to crypto. What usually happens with Christmas and Bitcoin? Well, guys, it's always different, you know? It's always different. It's not always, you know, people say, oh, the market's usually this way, it's usually that way. Well, it changes. It does change. 2017 Christmas was actually, you know, if you were holding from down here, Christmas was awesome. but then we dumped right after. In 2018, Christmas was horrible because we were at the bottom of the bear market. And in 2019, Christmas was bad because we were down at the bottom of this run, right? So it depends on the year. I think this Christmas, I think no matter what happens, this Christmas will be good. It'll be good. Especially, you know, if you were buying Bitcoin at any of these levels, right? If you were buying Bitcoin anywhere here, I think you're going to have a good Christmas. As long as you're not a baby and you don't care about volatility, you'll have a good Christmas, right? Maybe we get some volatility. We'll be doing something like this. I don't know. Some kind of, we'll just see a move up towards 20,000 going into Christmas, probably. Who knows what price we're going to be at? But I think by May of 2021, we will probably, that's like when we're for sure going to be above 20,000. Of course, nothing's for sure, but based on the cycles, that's usually when it is. 1,240 days was the last cycle, and 1,240 days is coming in right here. So by May of next year, something like that, we'll probably be above 20K. And for some people that think, oh my God, a half a year, next year, what do you mean? I mean, that's just like, if you're looking at the chart, things take time. Things take time. It could literally be March, April of 2021 when we actually break 20,000. Things take time, guys. If we just blow straight through 20,000 from here, I'm going to be very surprised, but that'll be great. Who cares, right? Awesome. This market rewards long-term holders. Short-term traders that are trading on leverage, this market destroys them. And then if you're good at it, you get rewarded heavily with leverage, whatever. But long-term holders get rewarded in this market. Just keep that in mind. Unless you're very good at trading, you're a professional trader, you're an experienced trader, that's fine. But if you're new to this, just be a holder. Just be a holder for the love of God. Don't squander your Bitcoin. Just buy the dips, buy good areas of value. I mean, currently my next really, the area that I'm really looking to buy is along the 21-week EMA. If we get there, I think this will be a really good area to be accumulating Bitcoin. And again, this seems like overly bullish or something, whatever, but this is marked up as what, March? This is just hypothetical. End of March 2021 is when this would happen. But buying along the 21-week EMA, I think is great. I think it will be great. Now we could in the short term go to 17, 18K, but I think eventually we will pull back to the 21 week. And then that 13.8K level becomes an area of interest, of course, obviously. And if you're a long-term believer in Bitcoin, if you think we're going into a bull market, if you think we're going to 20K, then you should not care. You should not care about any of this, right? Only if you want to buy. Only if you want to buy, right? If you want to buy, get your cash ready for the next dump. One thing I always tell people is always assume the market could go lower. Just always assume the market can go lower. Even if you're super bullish, just have it in your plan that the market could go lower. Right? That way you're always ready, you always have cash, you're always prepared no matter what. Just looking at chat. I mean, one thing, the way that you're going to make the most, I think Sunny Decree actually talked about this in his recent video, the way that you're going to make the most out of this market is if you're accumulating long term, right? If you're basically using your income to just buy more, save more Bitcoin over time, you know. For all of you new people that are watching, really. Because we're finally getting new people to come into the market. There are a lot of really noob, no offense, there's a lot of really noob questions taking place in my chat. So I'm assuming there's a lot of newer traders now. And I also noticed that some people from the 2017, 2018 era that left crypto early are now coming back and asking about their old favorite coins. They're asking about like old coins that they like. And they've missed so much. So much has changed. So much has changed, guys. For all you guys that are just coming back randomly because Bitcoin's pumping, you better start studying up because there's a lot of this market is changing pretty quickly. Yeah, guys, we're almost at 500 likes. Let's see if we can get there. Again, this is just a general depiction of what you could expect from the market. We could top out higher. You know, we could top out closer to 17.1, 18.1 before actually getting a pullback. But this is a pretty good area of entry, 13.8. We'll see. Anywhere along the 21 week. Someone just asked, what's up with Vertcoin? I don't know if that's a joke. Is that a joke? So that must be somebody that was here that came back. All these old coins. But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to end the stream. With my luck, we'll pump right as I end the stream. So maybe I should end the stream so that we can pump, right? But I've talked about everything I want to talk about. This was just a nice chill stream. Just talk to the chat, talk to you guys. Talk about a few things. Definitely going to give a shout out to everyone that donated today. Andreas, Sunny Decree, coming in with the 100 Swiss franc. Shout out to Sunny for that. I'm sure most of you guys know who Sunny Decree is. Mukesh coming in with a 5. Mukesh coming in with another 5. Crypto Crackhead coming in with 5. Robin coming in with 10. And the 1 coming in with a 5. So guys, I appreciate it all. Huge shout out to Sunny for that tip. And that's going to be it for me today, guys. Happy gains to all you out there. This is pretty amazing time for crypto. Hitting the second highest prices ever for Bitcoin. 95% of Bitcoin wallets are in the green. 95% of Bitcoin holders are now in the green, profiting. So what I need you guys to do right now is go out, make some noise. Make a tweet, go on your Facebook page, tell your friends about crypto. You know, like just generate noise. What we need is the emotional feedback. We need emotional feedback where there's like people talking about it, people buying, making money, getting excited, telling more people. This is how bull markets start. So you need to do your part, get out there, make some noise, make some hype, and get this thing going. I'm telling you, it helps. It helps. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. And I will see you all in the next live stream or the next video. Peace out, guys. Have a good one. And guys, if you haven't already, check all the links below. You can actually sign up for Cryptowatch for free, which is the platform you see me use in all my videos. And you can download the Cryptowatch desktop app, which is on the screen right now, for free. You got nothing to lose. Click those links below, guys.